Welcome to Black Angus Reviews, doing a quick impromptu video. This is going to be a review of Drunk 3PO's Galaxy's Edge review. Normally, I wouldn't care to cover Galaxy's Edge unless it was part of a bigger work to show how Star Wars or Disney has failed or failing. But I watched Drunk just because I love Drunk. We're buddies. We support each other, and it really interested me, really piqued my interest. And I think, we got footage that is not tampered with, that is not eschewing to suit a Phantom Menace narrative. I think it's damning. So let's go through that. First of all, Drunk 3PO went to Galaxy's Edge as a treat from his brother, was early access. Don't unsub him. And also, he's never been a boycotter of Disney like myself. So understand that distinction. Don't give him hate. Be firm in your criticisms, perhaps. But be reasonable. I really think that Star Wars is truly dead after seeing this video. I really don't think it can come back in a massive way. I think Star Wars is actually a pretty niche, hardcore fandom as opposed to comics that are easier to get into on a very basic carnal level of interest. And this type of shit, when you jade the fans like we talked about for the last 3+ years, when you jade the actual fans that pay money and you go out for new ones to replace them, it's not going to work because they already have an established lore, and whatnot. But one of the things I noticed, Rose Taco, she has a display going through there. You got Rey's lightsaber. They're really pushing that it's Rey's lightsaber. Yeah, they called it Anakin's lightsaber in the prequels because it is, and you got Luke's lightsaber. It's all about just respect, so we would accept Rey, but whatever. But it's just funny that not only do they have Rose Taco, they got her necklace, and they just put a big display for her. It's like, jeez, they're really hitting you over the head. Also, it's funny is as opposed to California, Orlando has included some OT characters. The wait time for a photo op with Kylo Ren, 10 minutes. Chewbacca was almost 30. I wonder why that is. Another big thing I noticed was it looked like people were at a mall where it's like, yeah, maybe I like being here. Maybe I'm going to do something. You get those mild dopamine bumps, but it looked casual. It didn't look like people were excited to be there. It didn't look like, wow, I'm in Star Wars land. And I'll admit, and not just the pictures, but seeing the video live and stuff, it looked like a well-worked, well-detailed establishment for the lore, but the spirit is dead. And I get it was a Monday. It went, but it's Disneyland. There's, in the middle of the day in Orlando, there should be plenty of soccer moms with little kids before school age. I mean, and older people and people just taking off because, hey, we got a chance to dead crowd or whatever, go see this. And no, it looked like nothing. What else? We got, of course, I think no cosplaying, not being allowed to dress like Star Wars aside from, a design t-shirt perhaps. I think that really kills the vibe too. I mean, how hard is it to make everyone in Disney have one of those bright high-vis dots on the back of their helmet or hat, like the NFL, the quarterbacks, they got the dot. Or every Disney member in cosplay has a yellow stripe on their arm, whatever. People would make do with that, even though it kind of takes it out of the element a bit. I think that really kills it. I will admit there was a cool looking Sarlacc pit display. It was small, but it looked pretty detailed, and it's cool to see something not just like a cut in half diagram, but oh look, it's lit up. You can see how big it's supposed to be in the ground. But another sign that Star Wars is dead from this video, in my opinion, there's a towards the end, there's a sequence where a kid is just laying in a puddle in the rain, and he gets up and he's just having the time of his life. You're at Star Wars land. And I get some kids, they just, they zone out. Maybe, you don't get the context of the whole day with this kid, but I mean, come on, he looked old enough to be like, whoa, there's that, you know, like if you're bringing your kid to this, he's that young, it's probably because he likes Star Wars, not just because he's in your family. So, yeah. And I also meant point out, in case you don't see it, 3PO does talk about, it was nice to see a kid just really having a great time. But, you know, I have to add the amendum, whatever, don't know the word, that the kid said, I can't wait to be Han Solo, or something like that. So, you know, Lucas' Star Wars character was mentioned in within the confine of this kid's excitement. So, way to go, Disney. Like I said, if anything, you know, I see this and I just hear, you know, a receptionist or what have you. I see them saying, like, this is the Star Wars you're going to get, you know, take it or leave it. It's like, well, you know, from what I've seen, along with the shills on Twitter and YouTube, I think I'll just leave it. I'm good. Why keep going back for more? But yeah, again, go check out Drunk 3PO if you haven't, of course, as well as everyone I link in the description. I'm going to change up a bit. There's people I just don't interact with anymore, and people I do now that aren't on there. So, you know, you'll see a few fresh channels. If you made it this far, check them out as well. Hopefully you're subbed to the ones from previous videos if they're not in there. Take care, good night, and thanks, Drunk, for being some eyes and ears on the ground for the little guy in the fandom menace. Appreciate it. Good work as always.
Pure joy right there. Pure joy. That's it.